Hello friends, I am Seafarer, and in today's video I am going to talk about two biggest mistake made by 90% of seafarers which keep their personal and financial life in foray. And what is the solution for these mistakes? So let's begin. So what I have seen as a CA, because I stay at a location where there is lots of training institute related to seafarers. So in that process, I got a lot of client of who are seafarers, starting from cadet to maybe captain or second or third level of engineers. So basically, whenever I spoken, what I have seen that these two biggest mistake they make, which delay their retirements and make them struggling for a long period. Now, let me tell you what is my understanding about seafarers' life. Now, I know some people really may be very passionate about sea and that this profession, but if you see at overall, this is slightly risky job. You are in the international waters in sea, and during the war, especially like it's happening in Israel, Palestine, or some other part, these are the people who may get some problem. Okay, so in most of the cases, people have a kind of planning, which I believe like they go there because there is very good salary, plus the salary is tax free, so they want to earn there, quickly build a portfolio, and somewhere some time they want to settle down at a shore job with slightly less payment, with more family time and more slightly more safety. Now this can be different, but overall I'm talking about that most of have this kind of financial planning in their mind. So what is the first mistake they do? When they earn, they invest heavily in real estate. So this is the first biggest mistake they do. And what they believe, because real estate over the period they will get rent, and they will just take the rent and some appreciation, and they will easily retire. The problem with the real estate are many. The first important part, the real estate is a very big capital incentive, capital oriented investment. So you need a lot of money. Most of time they take loan. Now understand, this is the kind of investment where you put your money also, and every month you are paying something instead of receiving, right? This is the biggest negative thing with the real estate, where you basically take an obligation for a very long period, maybe 15 years, 20 years, where the future is uncertain. I have seen during the lockdown, during the oil crisis, lots of seafarers lost their job, and they have to sell their house because they were not in position to service their home EMI. So it is definitely not a good idea to bound yourself where you are forced to go to the same job whether you like or not like, because you have already committed a lot of cost. First problem with that. Second, managing a real estate is a challenge in India. So either you are buying it or you are putting on rent, you are unnecessarily putting your spouse, your parents or relative on unnecessary stress by buying lot of real estate. Now you are buying a real estate in big cities, still it is a better idea because it's everything is managed and you will get agents and everything. But suppose if you're buying these kind of real estate at a small 2 tier 3 tier city where lots of things can happen in your absent, is a big mess. Now another point I'm going to prove or put it against the real estate, people generally consider they make a good return over the period because they just consider the cost, like I bought this land or this property at 10 lakh rupees, now I'm selling it 30 lakh rupees. But what they forget, that they pay stamp duty also, they pay maintenance also, every month they paid other charges also, repair maintenance with that property, and when they sell the property they pay taxes, long term or short term taxes on that. So if you find out everything, then the return is not great, you are just hardly making 5-6%, that's all, with all these problems and everything else. So I'm not saying that as a seafarer you should not buy real estate. You should have some real estate in your portfolio, at least for your own use, plus one or two extra. But don't put all your money in a real estate. Put the money in good mutual fund, and you will see that without struggling, without putting unnecessary stress on your relative or spouse or parents, you are making better money, good money over the long period. Now, along with good mutual fund, I also sometimes talk about small case. Small case is a startup. Basically, they offer customized portfolio. So you just go to Google and search. Again, a disclaimer: I am not promoting small case. I have no investment in small case, and small case has not paid any single rupees to me for doing advertisement. I am using small case for myself, and I am getting slightly better return than mutual fund. So you can try this. The only thing what I have seen, despite the fact as a seafarer earning very good salary, tax-free salary, and when you are like on board or ship, generally you don't have your own expenses also, so your saving is really good. You screw up most of this your saving by investing in real estate. I have also seen people invest in such a places which become like non-usable, or over the time that becomes some problem and the whole money lost. I also seen, especially for the seafarer, the agents and the builders, they take them for the ride because they know these people are abroad or they generally come sometime for India. They are not aware. I have, in my own case, when I have rented my property, it was from NRI who was a seafarer, and he bought a property where he has paid for a covered parking, and builder has allotted a covered parking in such a place where you can't park a bike also. Like basically it was a place for two cars, but there you can park only one car and one bike, and for that that fellow has paid a very nice amount. So this kind of cheating happens with the seafarer. So what I mean to say, you invest in real estate but don't overdo it. Always keep your money invested in stock market, mutual funds, some liquid funds, some FDs, because understand over the period they will give much better return than just real estate investment. Now, the second biggest mistake they do, which I already have spoken in other video, but I will repeat because the seafarer do it more than any other NRIs. They invest through their spouses. Most of cases I have seen, they will transfer their salary to their spouse account, and from there they will buy property, they will do all the investment and everything. The reason is very simple: they are abroad 6 months, sometime they are not in communication range also, so they want everything to be managed by their spouses or their parents. But the problem with that, most of time they don't file return on the name of their wife. So as I already told, in income tax, this kind of transfer is not recognized. Even you are transferring your money and the property is bought by your wife, maybe on her name, but indirectly this property, this money belongs to you. So when you're filing your return, you should disclose this income on your name, not on your wife's name. So always open an NRO account here, transfer your money here, give a power of attorney to your spouse or your parents, and ask them to deal everything on your name. With the power of attorney, they can do everything. They can buy property, they can sell property, they can rent property, they can invest on your behalf. Everything can do. They can sign on your behalf because they are your representative when you are abroad, when you are on a ship. And just keep filing your income tax return every year. Even your income is not taxable, it is a good idea to always file an income tax return, because what happens, slowly you accumulate the wealth, and when you start disposing the wealth, for example when you sell a house and you get a money, then income tax will ask that you never filed a return and I never know that you have such kind of asset. Where you got this asset? Now there is no return, no records, and you will be easy target for paying unnecessary penalties and unnecessary taxes. So always file your return on your name, not on your spouse name, not on your parents name. Give them power of attorney and keep all your investment, your real estate, everything on your name. Now if you really want to transfer some money to your wife, first thing, income tax doesn't recognize transfer of assets to your wife without any consideration. So until unless your wife doesn't have a separate source of income for herself, even you are transferring, suppose your property, again it is going to taxable on your name. But if you want to transfer some money to your parents, it's possible. It can be done and it will not be added back to you, provided the transfer is somehow should be in a gift, for either in a gift deed or a transfer form, where you clearly mention that this kind of gift I'm not going to get back from my parents, and I'm transferring this money for their use lifelong. Maybe after when they are not around, you can get back the money, get back the property, that is possible, and it will not be taxable on your name. But till the time they are there and you transfer property or money or investment on your parents name, it will not be taxable on your name. So always consider these two important things, because I have seen, first thing, people, especially the sailors, by investing in real estate, they don't get a right returns and their retirement generally get longed. Some people even work when they should be retired, or they thinking they should be retired. Second important part, by filing return wrongly or by not filing income tax return, you invite unnecessary penalty. So it takes away the money which is meant for your retirement, early retirement, or which is meant to be your stay in India, because everybody loves to stay around your family and enjoy enjoy with them. So the basic idea of making this video simply was to put forth that when you are investing as a seafarer, consider other assets also. Over the period, they give much better return than real estate. So hope my seafarer brothers and sisters, they might have got the very clear idea about that if really they went into a profession which is slightly risky, very good pay, they should not only depend on their pay or the real estate, they should also invest in other asset classes so that they soon get enough money where they can decide whether to continue or whether to retire. That's all this video. If you are a seafarer and if you got any other questions related to any legal problems or any tax related or any investment related, you can ask me question on this platform and either me, my team will come back and answer. That's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.